And we've never seen something like that. So very weird, guys. That combined with what's going on with YouTube and crypto right now. Wow! Bitcoin is pulling back, but is it pulling back to this key area that will indicate something great for the market? Or is there something much bigger in store, guys? We're gonna be covering that today. We really have to delve into this. And as well, guys, Merry Christmas Eve or Happy Holidays to whatever you celebrate, if at all. And guys, stay tuned. We have a huge announcement about the Trezor, and as well another big announcement you guys need to stay tuned for. I'll actually put it at the beginning of the video so you guys can definitely hear what I have to say. Wow, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Christmas Eve. Most likely won't have an update tomorrow as it is Christmas. And I will be spending it with my friends and family, loved ones, gifts galore, and my little 7 elves will be with me as well. However, I don't think they'll find the key to unlock them, so they might be stuck in a little box, if you know what I mean. Guys, we have a lot to talk about as some key things happened with the market today, and I cannot wait to get into the technical analysis. But first and foremost, we have to say a few things. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are aware of what's going on YouTube. It's kind of very gray area right now in general. Not a lot of people know what's going on. But basically what's happening is a lot of crypto channels, mainly for some reason, specifically channels that have to do with like videos on wallets, like channels that show you how to use wallets or videos that I've seen so far have been striked, given a community guideline strike. And so those channels are prevented from making a video for a week because of those strikes. Again, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Nobody really knows right now. It's very unclear. But guys, in case something were to happen, best placed, definitely head over, follow me on Twitter. All the updates are going out there. We had a few updates earlier today as well. Make sure to retweet this or this tweet. They both have information about it. Very crucial, guys, because we don't really know what's going on. And if something would happen, we need a place to be able to communicate. As well, guys, we've been doing a lot of updates on Twitter. So again, link is in the bio. It's one of the only links I have in the bio. And as well, I will pin it to the top of the comments. And in fact, this is important as well. If something were to happen to my channel or something like that, I would have to do the giveaway. I'm planning on doing it in a week from now. So if something were to happen, I would just do the giveaway on Twitter instead. I would be able to get all the comments because I'm going to use the video comments that I've been saying. All you have to do again to enter is leave a comment. But as of right now, nothing has happened to my channel. And again, it's only affecting certain individuals so far. But again, we don't know the extent of this. So guys, yes, definitely make sure to stay tuned on Twitter. We're going to be having updates as soon as we hear anything over there. And again, if we have to, we might have to do the Trezor giveaway on there. So before we just jump into the video, I guess we'll just finish this off. If you guys want to enter, all you have to do is leave a comment below. As well, if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Follow on Twitter because, boy, things are getting crazy. And in fact, as I'm making this video, this candle is dipping lower and lower at 7,200. Where is Bitcoin heading? What exactly is going on? Is this a failure of the break, or in fact, is this necessary? If you guys watched my last video, in fact, I did say that I expected a pullback more than anything. As well, if you guys follow my tweets, that is something I was tweeting about as well over the last 2 days. So something people have been really talking about a lot is just getting these gaps filled on the CME, guys. And so as of right now, in fact, this gap has actually not even been filled just yet. It's basically almost been, but there's still a little area where this could happen. A lot of people are kind of confused and unsure about what this even means. But in fact, guys, there's a lot of data and info out there regarding this, and we'll go over a little more about what it means exactly. But there is still some potential for downside. However, we have to keep in mind some key critical things and see exactly what is going on here with Bitcoin. Is it going to all the way, go down to that lower support that we talked about in the last video? Or in fact, are we still in a very bullish setup, a very bullish pattern? And that is exactly what we're going to dive into. So I want to start here on the daily chart here. So one thing you do notice is that on this daily chart for Bitstamp, you see they were coming back to test the middle of this channel right here that we had right before the big breakout. We're actually right around 72.13, which is about pretty much even. And by the time I get this video uploaded, basically where Bitcoin was prior to that breakup. Again, it's a little above that, give or take $50, but it's basically right there. Okay, now to see exactly what's going on here, and we need to actually get on these smaller time frames, and you see something very key here. As of right now, okay, this is not guaranteed to hold. This is the 4 hour, and in fact, I want to show you all these touches on the 1 hour because it's actually pretty nice. On the 1 hour, you can see the top of this middle channel that I've been talking about for weeks now. You see we've already gotten many wicks, and in fact, right now, the candle is essentially holding right on it. So that so far is decent. That's good. It's holding at the top of that middle channel there. Let me zoom out so you can get a little better picture of it. This is what I'm talking about right here. This channel, the top middle channel. Again, this is the bottom, and then overall this entire pattern is the descending channel. So we're still holding on there, which is good, okay? Again, these lines have been absolutely beautiful. They're still holding here. We had the wick to come above it. When we broke above it, we found some support right here, but then pretty much just fell through on the 4 hour, and this is where we're testing right now. So guys, I want to tell you something about what exactly is going on. So if we would come back and retest the top of this falling wedge, okay, that is actually something we mentioned 2 days ago as the breakout was happening as something necessary to happen. Now, it might seem kind of bad because really it would have to bring Bitcoin all the way down below 7,000 potentially there again. That is one possibility, but I want to talk about some more possibilities in this video. Holding in this area is key, but again, it's not the end of the world because we do have some scenarios and situations that could really benefit Bitcoin and get that major bounce. We did see a very nice candle. This is exactly what we were talking about for a few weeks. We got what we wanted. Okay, so really this video is kind of an introduction of an entire new pattern. As I talked about in the last video, I said that this would be the last time we talked about that pattern. We're going to have a new gift, and that new gift to you was a new pattern. And guys, we're in the midst of forming that new pattern. In the midst of forming these new patterns, we usually have to come down and find some very solid confirmation of the previous pattern, a retest, a bounce, something like that. And that is something we could see here, guys, a fall to here. Now again, does not necessarily mean we can't hold right here and have a bounce as well, guys. Possibility. But basically what I'm looking for now is either a strong retest of here or here. Specifically, this would be very bullish if we bounced here, guys. So again, I'm not saying we're going to go all the way down there, but it's what I'm looking at right now, and it looks as though it probably could be a very, very healthy sign there. Now, in fact, this would not be healthy coming down here, okay? And then we switch scenarios into if we come down back into the falling wedge, why that wouldn't be as healthy. However, ultimately, one of the best case of the bear scenarios turning into a bullish scenario, again, as we've been talking about for weeks, would be coming down to the bottom of this descending channel. Again, guys, that is really far away, literally over $1,000 from that target. But again, if that were to happen, guys, remember that that would be key and a very, very important thing to watch. However, guys, that's as low as we're going to go for right now, because if we start breaking that into something else, then it's a totally different story. However, right now, in fact, Bitcoin is holding, and again, the momentum has shifted to where it looks like a pullback to these lower levels will be important. And guys, looking on the 4 hour chart here, this is Coinbase's chart here. Again, very similar, but slightly different patterns here. Well, slightly different numbers here, but guys, this would bring us all the way down to 71.57. And again, on here it would be right around 7,000. And actually that would be the exact same for here. It would take us right to the bottom of this channel here, and that would be if we fell through this golden pocket that has been oh so critical for weeks now. Okay, the golden pocket, as well as the top of this right here of the wedge that broke out, and as well this is the falling wedge right here instead of the broadening wedge. This is the broadening wedge, and this is the falling wedge top, both the tops of those wedges. So we really have to see how the momentum goes. In fact, right now the trend on the macro actually still remains bullish, as in fact we are still up, over $1,000 from the bottom of this right here. Okay, guys, so we're still having a nice bounce. This is still part of this move here, a slightly more daily macro move here. But in fact, we have to wait and see how this thing plays out. In fact, this whole move, we could expect a pretty big move one way or the other tomorrow, which in fact is Christmas Day here in the US. And in fact, guys, to sum up the video, I also want to talk a little bit about this gap here. So basically, these gaps, the reason people talk about these is because the gaps do fill, and usually what that means is that the price of Bitcoin tends to drop down to that gap area. I mean, you can see it over and over again in these charts here. Let me pull out the little arrow. Put the little arrow, you can see it happened here, okay? Let's keep zooming out, happened here. When you see the gap, the trend usually kind of reverses a little bit, and that's actually what we're seeing so far today. Again, this we talked about a few days ago, so it wasn't anything really unexpected. And in fact, even without these gaps, okay, because I think people kind of overplay the significance of them a little bit. Even without them, I do think that the general areas where Bitcoin has been retracing are kind of just like key areas where it should be getting pullbacks regardless. So I want you to keep that in mind, really important there. And then before we really end it as well, guys, the longs on Bitcoin are absolutely ridiculous. This is the weekly chart, the daily chart. In fact, these things just tend to keep going up. However, you can see for the last few days, it's been right around 47,000 right here. It's actually been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 days. Okay, this is the longest sideways we've been since we started rocketing up on November 23rd. Okay, and again, let me just zoom out so you can see how odd this looks. Okay, this is the daily chart. So this goes back to the beginning of CME. to the beginning of being able to long Bitcoin, and we've never seen something like that. So very weird, guys. That combined with what's going on with YouTube and crypto right now, the price action, all of it's very, very eerie. So let me know what you guys think. Again, make sure to follow me on Twitter for updates and everything like that, guys. Very, very interesting, eerie stuff going on in the space. Love ya. Merry Christmas Eve.